G'day everyone and welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'm Nat and this is my Knackers Yard. My safe space, my haven, whatever you want to call it. It is just where I retire to my safe zone. And here we have Kermit. Back in one piece. So the last instalment would have seen me sorting the brakes out. They're now back on and mounted. I haven't really filmed doing the fairing because frankly, I'm not that proud of it. I mean, it works. It's got rid of all of the major lumps. I've certainly got rid of zip ties. It's secure and secured. And I just chucked the green on it. Now that was the green that I risked it for a biscuit to see if I could get a match for the tank. It's nowhere near for the to match the new fairings that I bought for it because. I will need to paint the tank. It's not close, but it's good enough for what I want for this. And what I want for this is something that doesn't look like it's just been dragged out of a skip to take it to MOT. Now, you know, fresh paint and etc. isn't an MOT-able, but you know, an assessor's going to look at it slightly more a downer look on it if it looks like it's just rolled out of a skip. Is my thinking. So I've put it back on. I've put the old fairing back on. I've taken the crash bars off, crash bungs off because one was shagged. I haven't bothered with the mud guard at the moment. I'm not sure if I will or I won't because it's pretty shagged, frankly. I don't think it's an MOT-ism, and I've just painted these, so I don't want to wreck them too much. And I've got the decent one to put on in the very near time. But what I do want to do, see if it works. The only way to really test the brakes is to use them. Now they don't bind and they stop the bike when I roll it down the hill, when I roll it down the driveway. What I want to do is just take it for a quick whip round the block and see whether or not it works. Let's do that now, shall we? But before I do that, let's see if it actually runs, bearing in mind it's not really seen a lot of activity over the past week or so because I've been messing around with the necessaries. I've pretty much got the knack of how to tell. Take the choke off. That's no choke. That's with no choke already. And that's a nice healthy idle. Right, I'm going to go grab my lid. Right, okay, so that's the bike warmed up. I'm just checking the gate because my dog has got a habit of wandering at the moment. She always comes back, but it's always a bit worrying. Right. There's a big old boy, Kermit. Does feel big underneath you. Those brakes feel good. Look at that, on a sixpence. Right. Right, clear behind. Not a stealth bike, this one. Got quite substantial grips on it as well, unlike some of the others. Brakes are good. Front especially, back might need a bit more work. together rather than it's on, I think. I think I'll do my normal, just pull over here. That idle's a little high for me, I think. And if I can reach the idle switch, as you can, I'll just drop that off a little bit. There we go. That's a bit more comfortable. Right, let's see how we go. Razor blade. Got a good burble on it. Keep forgetting to cancel the indicator though. I've got quite a lot of weight on my elbows though, which is a bit of a strange one. Good boy, Kermit. Yeah, neutral search in there. Boop. Happy with that. I don't think I can overplay how awesome that was. That was great. Yeah, I'm all aflutter. So just checking out, my fork seals are holding fine, happy. Brakes are spot on. I was concerned that they might be leaking, but they're not. It's just that I've managed to create a real mess when I was making it. When I was fixing it. The back brake, however, I was saying, you might have caught me saying how spongy it felt. I've got all sorts of fluid on the inside of that tyre, inside of that wheel, beg your pardon, which to me means I've not done that banjo bolt up tight enough. Of the brake, and it's still coming out, so I think haven't, which to me means I might just need to clean it off. It might just be a bit rusted because that was completely and utterly dry, if you remember back, and I've put hydraulic fluid in it. That's fucking boring. What's that? That's a 10. I put hydraulic fluid in it for the first time in a long time. In a lovely long time, and changed the pads. So I think refurb this brake now. I didn't, because I didn't think it needed it, and I'm still not entirely sure it does, but I think that banjo bolt is a bit rusted, where it's had nothing on it lubricating it. So I'm just going to whip it off. Give it a quick once over on the flywheel. I was holding onto it very tight because this does have a habit of whipping things out of my hands. You can see, where are you? Probably going to struggle to focus. Just cleaning those screw threads off, and obviously it's under pressure fluid, so that's all come spurting out, which is neither big nor clever of me, but I have never claimed to be either. So that is just starting to peek out, which is fine. Now I wonder if this brake, this cross thread is threaded, or because that is not tightening up. No, the whole thing's just shorn. Feck. So that's a new brake caliper at the back. Arse. That is why it wasn't sealing, because it was cracked. Bollocks. It says to me in its former life it was over tightened. Right, best hit eBay and see if I can find a replacement. That's a real pain in the arse, really is. Okay, so annoyance aside, and that is fucking irritating, I'll have to look up and see if I can find one, full stop, but see what the damage is money wise. It's entirely possible I did that, but not with a hand tool. That's certainly been done before. I was certainly stressed. There was no way I was putting enough pressure on that to crack it, and it actually explains why it was leaking before if that was cracked. Yeah. And it also goes a bloody long way to explaining why it was completely and utterly dry when I got it. Because that's a low point. Yeah, that's it. That's a low point. So when it was sat stationary, it's just been gravity through. Now there's a slight high there, but gravity through and out, and it's just leaked all the way out. Yeah. That's what Sherlock Nat says anyway. Anyway, annoyance and aside, what am I going to do in the meantime? Well, aside from not having a back brake, that's MOTable to my mind. I could give it a bit of a clean up so it doesn't look quite so much like it's fallen out of a skip. I've had a quick waz on the back with compound on a drill, and it just gets rid of the really obvious scarring. So I don't want to spend too much time or resources on it because they're not going to stay on it. The tank does need stripping, but again, I want to get it through MOT before I start doing stuff like that. Because if I'm going to strip the tank, I need to polish. I need to certainly clean the frame while all that's off. And if I'm going to do all of that, I might as well MOT it first. So let's hit Tintranet. Let's see how much one of those is, or how available they are. And there we go. That's Kermit put away. About 30 quid is the answer for a caliper. I've ordered one. It'll be here by Thursday. It is annoying when that happens, but, and this is really quite crucial, but I'm considerably happier that happening on my driveway than on a motorway. I'm also considerably happier that happening while I've still got my sweaty mitts on it, rather than after I've sold it and it happens to a new buyer within the first 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. So yeah, it's irritating, but it had to be done. It was on its way out through one mechanism or another, and I think it was probably knackered when I got it, or at least cracked, and it would explain why that cylinder, why the fluid was out. And just tightening up, just finished it off. Yeah. Oh well, these things happen. And yeah, better now than after I'd sold it. So what with Kermit? Kermit needs a bit of a clear up, but once that's done, I think we're MOT ready. So what I may do is try and book it in for next weekend, hoping that arrives in time. What it does do though is force me to do what I probably should do anyway, and that's just have a dig through the last elements of Sting, the CB400, and work out what's going on with the fuel. I don't want to say crisis, but with the lack of fuel clearing even in the burbs. I have a strong feeling that a decent gutful of decent petrol is going to do a lot of the work for me, and it's just been struggling with the shite that I've been pouring into it. So yeah, that's going to be the principal focus for this weekend, I think, is trying to sort out Sting, getting Sting ready for MOT this weekend. Giving Kermit a clean off this weekend, getting the rear brake caliper fitted once it arrives, and then having that one ready for MOT. And then I've hit what I wanted to do in the first place of MOTing them together, I think. But we shall see. We shall see. Right, that'll do me. Thanks very much all. Cheers.